I think countryside students are not just prepared in terms of learning the material from the classroom, but prepared in terms of knowing how to interact with each other, knowing how to be friendly, and knowing how to work well together. That's probably the biggest thing.
I think there are a lot of little things that I learned that I'm now applying to 8th grade that are helping a lot, such as taking notes. That was a little thing that teachers here put a strong emphasis on, which I'm so glad they did because it's really paying off. General things like getting your homework in on time, being able to talk to the teachers if you're ever having a problem in class. The teachers here made that really easy, so now that's helping in 8th grade. Just general things like that, just those little things.
In our English class, for example, when we read chapter books, we learn how to budget our time. Like if 2 chapters are due next week, we have to learn like how to space it apart so we're not all doing it at one time. And we also learn a lot about taking notes because we do that in most of our projects that we do and our assignments.
I learned that I should not sidetrack my assignments if I have a big project, like my autobiography. I shouldn't wait until the very last day to write 5 chapters of it.
There's going to be homework and studying for tests and things in high school, I'm sure. And if I had gone to another school, I might not be as prepared to do those things, especially when it gets to be tough, than as I am here. And the homework load here, for example, seemed very... sometimes it seems really heavy, but generally you get used to it and you can do it well.
Especially in middle school, we focus a lot on organization. So like how to organize your homework and how time management, and really how to manage big projects so you don't get behind and then you're stuck cramming for like tests and stuff. So I definitely think that like I wouldn't know how to do that if we didn't focus a lot on that.
Well, Maddie, my oldest, has now enrolled over at Uni High, or the University Lab School, which is a pretty rigorous academic environment. And one of the things we noticed right away was how well prepared she was to handle that. She has really learned, I think especially in middle school at Countryside, she really learned how to balance the workload, be in charge of her own studies. She's really taken control of her own education, which is great for us as parents, that we don't have to work very hard to stay on top of what she's doing. She's learned to manage her own work, to do it in a way that helps her, especially with these long-term projects, which is something that they really work on gradually here at Countryside. So kids learn how to take these big, impressive and complex projects and sort of break them down into manageable pieces. And I think that's a skill that's going to work really well for her throughout her whole life.
Well, long-term projects are something that I do a lot now that I'm in college. I remember when I first left Countryside and went to uni, I was surprised at the number of short-term assignments we had versus a lot of the longer-term, more creative projects that we had at Countryside. So I think that was really good preparation. Some of the most important assignments I've had and the most meaningful to me in college have been long-term group projects. And so I think being exposed to those at an early age was really helpful to me in terms of learning how to manage a project like that, how to split your time up so you didn't have to leave everything until the end, and especially how to work with other people on them.